Welcome, this is Nancy at Paper Moon Tarot, and I'm doing a VR to Masha at Musings by Masha on the tag Top Tarot Trumps. So if you can't guess by this card here, we are on to the Magician and the top five or so Magician cards in my collection. And I have to kind of do the disclaimer. These are not necessarily my five favorite decks or five favorite even magician cards. They're just magician cards that really struck my fancy in kind of going through my decks and saying, oh, that one's cool, that one's cool. So here are five magicians, and it will always be for me. I know Masha did sort of she wanted to look at the crafty magician or some sort of theme. For me, it will always be the most interesting, the most quirky, the one that I can say, well, look what's going on here. It's kind of different and it gets me thinking. So there's my theme, Masha. It's kind of complicated. But anyway, let's start to go through them. Let's start with, and I do apologize on some level, but A, that I can't find my camera, but B, that I have a spread cloth here because I don't usually like spread cloths. They distract people from the art, they detract from the art, but somehow I felt that the magician needed all these stars and things going on. So anyway, this is from Remembering the Sweet Fool Tarot. And this is the Magician. It's very much a photography deck, and this just to me says you're with things sort of balanced on the hand. It's like you've got everything in hand. You're manipulating all the elements, all the things going on in the universe. You're basically playing with things, which I think is part of the magician, particularly if the magician is a con man. And I can refer over here to our Trionfi della Luna Illustrated that has the con man playing that con game of, guess what's under the cup. But I think this deck has that feeling of you're playing with all the elements of the universe and you have control of them. They're at your fingertips. So Remembering the Sweet Fool Tarot is my first magician that I love. The second one is from the Solara Occulta Meliore, and I just kind of love this because it's almost like a fan dancer. Obviously there are fans, and this character is almost swaying like a dancer. The entertainment aspect of the magician, that I'm putting on a show for you, and I'm distracting you, and if I'm a bit of a con man, and again, I'm balancing all these elements with the pentacle and the sword and the wand and the cup. The snake around the arm is, I don't know a lot about Lenormand, but I think the snake is a little bit of a deceptor in Lenormand, and I think it's acting that way here because, again, the magician is magical, but sleight of hand and tricks. And anyway, I kind of love the art in this. It's different. Now the third one is a magician from the Serpent and Peacock. I can't talk today. Sorry. Art edition. And here we have some guy in some sort of skirt outfit costume of whatever region this is from. And he's standing on an alligator or a crocodile, I never know the difference, with flames shooting out of its mouth. And this guy's holding this bouquet of flowers over the flames. And the trick here may be that they're not going to catch fire. He's got control of the elements. He's got control of the earth in the plants and the fire here. The alligator itself is a water animal. So you've got water and behind him the air. Now, this is a curated deck, so there's no way whoever created this art thought to make it like the magician, thought to include all the elements in it. But the person who assembled this deck from this original artwork was clever in choosing this image, I think. So there is our magician from the Serpent and Peacock. This fourth one, as I mentioned earlier, is from Trionfi della Luna Illustrated, and by Patrick Valenza. And you know, it takes a more traditional historic deck, Marseille deck or whatever, and turns it on its head. He's got 3 legs down here, 3 table legs and 3 human legs. So whatever's holding that table up, I'm not sure I want to know. The sword has some blood. The table has not the element, well, it has coins and it has cups and it has the sword, and then he has a wand in his hand, and there's sort of like a little aura coming off the wand, like it's a magic wand, and the mask on his face, the 2 cards on the ground, the little moon epaulette on his shoulder, and another one down below. So it's just got the traditional, you know, deviant moon spin on anything, and so I love this as a nod to more historical deck magicians. And finally, the Persephone's Torch Tarot, which is from Duck Suit Tarot. And this one, I did a review of this deck recently. It's all old theater posters, all old theater stuff, and I'm talking like from the 1910s or 20s. So here is a play poster, I guess, of a drama of the supernatural, titled The Magician. It is, when I first saw it, it says it's by W. Somerset Maugham, which maybe none of you recognize as an author. He wrote Of Human Bondage, for example, if you've ever heard of that. But anyway, he's a well-known novelist and playwright. And yes, indeed, he wrote a play called The Magician. So that's what this is a poster for. And John Martin Harvey, I don't know, I didn't look him up to see if he was a real actor, but a lot of these posters in Persephone's Torch Tarot are based on actors, old-time actors that you can look up. So anyway, this is my 5th magician. You know, it has everything going for it in terms of a magician. It does not have the tarot stuff. It does not have all the elements and so on. But it's just this old-time portrayal of a stage magician. And I thought that was fun to round out this selection. So Masha, there is my magician choices, and I will see you in the High Priestess. Bye.